Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, you can see that we're on Lichess now. We started the speed run yesterday on chess.com, but I was already over 1,000 after 3 or 4 games, or right at 1,000 after 3 or 4 games. So, I made a Lichess account. I dropped the ELO. Of course, this isn't some sanctioned, whatever learning account. So, I didn't want to do it where anybody had spent their money like on chess.com, taking somebody's ELO who has spent their money or whatever. So I made one here, intentionally dropped the ELO on it, and we're going to start at 500 and work our way back up. I thought about starting at around 800, but I remember being below 800 and struggling. I remember being 600 and something and struggling with 800s. So yeah. Anyway, point is, we're going to do some rapid games on here, and it took me about 50 games. I had to lose about 50 games in order to get this set up. So we should have plenty of time at the lower levels and work our way slowly back up. So we're going to do a 10-minute game. Let's do a 10-minute game. It'll be fine. It was actually funny. I was trying to lose these games. I would just play it out, and then once the game was decided, I would resign. And which, I'm sure somebody's going to say something about the morality of that, but it's for a good purpose. So anyway, and then I accidentally won a game, literally on accident. I took the guy's queen, and then I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then, but he was like 1,400. So, all right, so we're going to play just basic, very principled chess. King's pawn, symmetrical opening. You got a pawn sitting out there. There's a target, so I'm going to attack it. That's the idea. So we're just going to do very basic, principled chess here. Nothing fancy. All right, and then he plays the Philidor. So let's bring this out. Okay, so do you guys see the problem with this move? So actually, hold on, that may not work. Here, that. Yeah, that doesn't work. All right, let's do it anyway. And I know that the correct continuation here. Okay, well now this threatens checkmate. Alright, so you play here, and that forces him over. Yeah, so this was just a little bit of he didn't see the threat here. So, but we'll go back and we'll look at the game here and see. So I can't play that. I would like to, but I cannot. So we'll take the free piece. Now, in a position like this, it's tempting to go crazy trying to hunt down the king. But your advantage is that you have castle, or that you can castle, and your king is safe. So let's just play this. Get our king safe. If he wants to take here, that's fine. That's fine. I could have played this and won a rook, but I think, we've won enough material here, and he's gonna force me to do it, ain't he? Yeah. All right. Let's do it. So I could take. Yeah, let's just win. Let's just win the rook. But you see this guy on the back rank. This is pinned. This guy is. So these two are pinned together because if either one of them move, you lose the other. This guy really can't do a lot. You could play that, but I would just go here. What? I don't understand that move. I mean, if you're gonna allow me to open up the center, then you. Okay, now the wheels are coming off here. Play this. Because I would like to play this. So if he gets on that dark square, that's what's going to happen. And this is kind of a key idea here. So you cannot trade queens when you're down material like this, because then you just simply don't have a chance. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that. Pressure this. And let's get the rest of our pieces into the game. So let's play here. He can't come to any of these three squares. Okay. Get our knight into the game. So now all of our pieces are in the game. I should have gotten developed quicker, actually. I probably should have prioritized that a little more than I did. But the game opened up, and I really didn't have a choice but to kind of... Okay, and now I think I'm going to take. Now that... What? Why would you play that like that? Bring our rooks to the center. Yeah, see, the problem here is now that he needs to protect this square. But in order to do so, he's going to lose a rook. Because he either moves this and takes the pawn, yeah. That almost worked. You almost won a piece there. And let's go ahead and do it like this. He's gonna get the what do you call it there, but let's go ahead. All right, so this is the deal. All right, I've got the king cut off, so the king cannot come over here and interfere with what's going on in the game. So now let's just migrate our pieces over here and try to win the game. Now, if he plays something like this, this is a catastrophe. Even if he plays that, I may still take that. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's centralize this bishop. And we're winning on both sides of the board. So all we need to do is basically create a threat on both sides of the board. Make him play both sides of the board. Because he can't. So something like this. Let's get the king activated here. He's got to be careful about, yeah. See, we could force this guy off. Now this is unopposed. Or he could push forward and we would just take it, you know, push up. Okay. All right, so now we have an outside passed pawn now. So this is how you win this position. Okay, well, he's just going to go ahead and give us the queen. And he's doing the right thing here. I mean, at this level, you should play for stalemate, man. Because who knows what your opponent might do. If I play here, does he have a legal move? You should always ask yourself that. He does, in fact, have a legal move. I should have played here, actually, and taken that pawn. But, you know, if I play, so let's see, if I play this and he comes back, we want to cut off the king. We want to separate him from the pawns. Okay, let's do it like this. So he can't go here, right? So that's his only legal move. Now, careful, careful, careful not to stalemate here. So I'm going to play this. If he takes, then I get the king cut off. Because the whole idea here is to just get the king cut off. What if I play this and he comes back? Then I would play that check. I'm going to do it. Because if he takes, then I can separate him from the pawns. Yeah. And what he needs is pawns to try to hide in, to try to stalemate, right? So now we don't have to do anything fancy now. We don't want to move the queen and try to take the pawns or anything like that. He's all right. So now he's on the back row, right? So all we got to do is get a rook, and the game is over. It's over. The big thing is how do you separate them from the pawns. So let's have a look at the game. See here. So we play e4. Oh, computer analysis. It should tell us how many blunders and stuff we had. I know that I didn't play this the most accurately. %98. I don't know. We're gonna stick with this analysis. So I played 98% because I'm Gary Kasparov. So this move here I learned from Daniel Naroditsky. He takes. That's inaccurate. And then that's the problem, that move right there. And at this level, you don't have to know. I think I said this in yesterday's video too. Uh, there was a guy who was saying, you can't play like the Sicilian if you're under 1800 or whatever because there's so much theory associated with it. You're going to get in trouble. But the thing is, if I'm 650 and I'm playing another 650, he don't know 10 moves of theory and neither do I. So like it is the case that if I'm 650 and I'm playing Levy Rosman, I'm probably going to lose playing the Sicilian. But I was going to lose if I played the Queen's Gambit or London or whatever anyway. So anyway, point is, I'm rambling, but the point is, you don't have to know a crazy bunch of theory, but in this position, you are worse. But what kind of threats am I making? Right? And this doesn't really create a threat. I mean, it kind of does, but this is really a scary proposition here. And you're about to get torched if you let me have this. So, just a simple night out move, queen up, any of that would be fine. But when you play here, I mean, that's the game is over here. You're losing everything. I castle. Oof, castling drops my advantage big time. Yeah, they wanted me to keep the queens on the board, but when you're up material like this, I watched a guy yesterday. He was like 600 or something, and he had the queen was here, and the guy had a knight here, right, and his queen is here. And he's up like, I think he was up like a knight and a couple of pawns or something like that. I mean, he's doing great. He's killing it. He's up like 4 or 5 points of material. He's doing great. This dude moves the knight, exposing the queens to one another, and he said, I don't want to trade queens. So he moves over to here, and because the B file is open, the dude ends up somehow hitting him with a check that forks the queen and the king, and he lost his queen. Now, that's not going to happen in every game, but if you're up in material and you don't have a checkmate, that's different. Look, if you see checkmate on the board, don't throw your queen away because you got mate in 3. That's better. But if you're up a rook or something and you get the opportunity to trade queens, I got a text, sorry. Then just trade them. Just trade them off. There, you know what I mean? Just trade them off. You don't, because you won't lose the thing if you've traded it. So, which it's a lot better to trade for another queen, which he could have, but then he immediately blundered and it got taken by a knight. So, so when he gave, but moral of the story, when he gave me the opportunity to, oh, that's a mistake. Oh, I see. I just check them and then take it. Okay. Yeah, and this, like I said, this isn't the cleanest conversion, but what I've done here is just created threats on both sides of the board. That's the point. And then you play this, and when he takes, I've got a checkmate, but I don't see the checkmate. But when I played here, if he does play this, you could have all of that. That's fine. I'm just going to play this because I want to get the king away from these pawns. That's what people will do, is they'll try to get behind their pawns and do the, But I've got so much material, I'll sack every bit of this and go get another queen. So, then now he's separated. And once he gets on the back row, then you just march in and you do that. So, anyway, again, we're starting at a fairly low rating, 500 elo. And I did think about, where we wanted to start. And I thought about 800, and then I was like, well, maybe 700. But I feel like 500 is a fairly reasonable place because there's people that obviously are 500 in chess, but you're not to the point where it's like, I don't know how knights move, right? You understand what knights are and how they move and the basics of the game. But this is kind of the first 500 is where I feel like, you know how to play the game, and now you're trying to actually play, but you're struggling, to do well. So I felt like 500 was a reasonable place to start, as opposed to teaching how knights move. So anyway, if y'all like that, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about the series. I'm sure I'm going to hear that I'm an asshole for intentionally dropping this rating down like I did. But again, this is for educational purposes, not to beat people up or dunk on them or try to whatever. So let me know what y'all think. See y'all in the next video.